and cones and finding the surface area of both. One of the coolest things, I think, in the world is what I'm scrolling through right now, and those are the pyramids. I mean, look at these things. Honestly, this one right here, this guy, I don't know if you can really tell where I'm touching. Here, ooh, there you go. I would love to visit him. I just think he is so cool. And there's so much history about pyramids. I remember being so, like, starstruck by, now I'm going to forget the pharaoh's name. It starts with a T. I'm sure some of you have it. You can message me if you know what it is. It's not Tecumseh. That one. So, yeah, I mean, I just remember being starstruck as a little kid. So, we're going to talk about these pyramids, how cool they are. And really, pyramids, when we talk about pyramids in this context, it doesn't necessarily mean that the pyramid has a base that is a square. In all of these, you can look, the base of the pyramid, what's laying on the ground, is a square. Sometimes you can have pyramids with a triangle base. So let's see, pyramid, triangular prism. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Here's one. This first picture right here, here's a triangular prism. Its base is a triangle. So pyramids can have a bunch of different bases. We're just used to seeing them with rectangles. Okay, so let's talk about what the actual formula is for a pyramid. So right here, this is where you should take some notes. Right now I see that my pyramid, my lateral area, so again, if I think lateral area, that means I'm talking about all the area that is on the outside of my pyramid, not including my base, right? I only want that yellow area, the thing that's going up, nothing that's touching the ground. So my lateral area is 1/2 LP. So something important here. What exactly is this L? We've talked about before about the P, perimeter. So we'll start there maybe. So perimeter. Let's go to marker. Remember that perimeter in this case is the perimeter of the base. That's what I'm talking about usually when I say perimeter. Perimeter. And so right here, this is the perimeter that I'm talking about. I want the perimeter of this base, right? So there's that nice perimeter. Then I want L, and L is something that is really interesting. L is this length from the top of my pyramid to the base, and it is the perpendicular line. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. You could choose this one. You could choose that guy right there. Okay, so my L is we call this my slant height. And that's that special line right there. So slant height. And that is my nice, beautiful picture of my pyramid and how I would think about those two parts of my formula, okay? Now, just like before, my surface area now includes everything, so it is also including my base right here, and I just colored in my base in blue. Okay, so it's the yellow plus the blue, so if my base is blue, my lateral area is yellow, I'm adding those together. So again, like we have talked about, the big B means the area of my base. I figured out if I wrote in cursive. Oh, it's so much better. Okay. Area of my base. So that's my beautiful looking pyramid right there. So let's actually just go down and let's do an example right away. You can see here that I actually have two different types of pyramids going on. I have two types. Okay, let's be clear. I have two types of triangular prisms. Is that true? Two types of pyramids. No, two types of pyramids. I think we're good. Let's even look. Let's see if Miss G is right. Okay, good. I was right. Two types of pyramids. Triangular prisms would look like very up top, a prism, right? Oh, you can see it right here. So this is why you gotta be really careful with your vocab. I just messed it up too. So there's my triangular prism, which I just circled in green. Okay, so what I'm looking at are pyramids, okay? And my faces are all triangles. So just like before, there's two different ways I can actually find my lateral area or my actual overall area. We're going to skip down to number 3 because I think it's a little easier. So those two ways are, one, you can use your nice formula, right? So you could say, okay, I know that my lateral area equals, and what does it actually equal? It equals 1/2 PL. Okay, and it's pretty easy to figure out the perimeter of this thing. As I work my way all around, it's a nice square. Every side's 3, so 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. So my perimeter is going to be 12. And then they already have my slant given to me, right? Here's my slant right there in green. It's that up and down, so 2.5. So I just would plug that into my equation. So I had 1/2 perimeter, which is 12, times my slant height, which is 2.5. Okay, and that's one way I could find my lateral area. Another way I could find my lateral area is I could just add all 4 triangles, right? So I would have to figure out, add 4 triangles. I would have to figure out what's the area of one of the triangles, and then I could add them all up. So this triangle right here maybe would be the easiest one to figure out because he already has a base, right? He has a base of 3. And remember a triangle formula, so if I wanted to look at what the triangle is 1/2 base times height, which in this case my base is 3 and my height is 2.5. So if I wanted just one triangle, this would be the area of him. And then I'd have to add 4 of those together to get the lateral area. So if you would rather add all your triangles together to get your lateral area, because, as you remember, your lateral area is just all of these triangle faces added up together, then you could totally do that as well, okay? So that is another way you could do it, and you would go ahead and calculate that area. And go ahead, I'm not going to do it for you right now. I actually don't even have my calculator out, but I want you to finish this problem and give me what that final area is, okay? I also can find surface area, so if I added surface area, I would just want to go ahead and add my lateral area plus my base. So again, I'm not going to give you this answer. I want you to go ahead and finish that problem for me in your notes, and I'll make sure and check that you did that right. I want to make sure that you understand how to do that, okay? Good. So let's go back up. Last thing we're going to do is we are going to find the area of a cone. So if I'm looking back up here, we got cone, and I'm seeing this cone, and I'm noticing that what makes a cone special is that it still kind of looks like it has triangle sides, but it's nicely smoothed out because my base is a circle. So I'm really looking at a couple things, and I think this picture does a really good job of giving you all of the different parts of the cone that you might need. So it says, look here, if I want to look inside my cone, that's going to be my h, or my height, okay? And that's what I normally would look at in that type of triangle, right? So I'm inside, I got my radius is my r, my height is my h. Still though, I have this special thing called slant height, and that's going from the base all the way up to my vertex and saying, what is that length? That length gives me what L is, okay? So that's my length. And then you can see the rest. I just have my vertex, which is the very top of my cone. And then I have my base, which is that beautiful circle that we've already talked about. Okay, so that gives you some good vocab for what you would look at for a cone. It's always fun, I think, to go ahead and Google cones because you can just see examples in real life and how they might be actually very important, right? You got caution cones, you could find the lateral area of that, which caution cone's interesting because it actually cuts off the top of that cone, so you don't actually get that vertex. You got a nice ice cream cone. Obviously, this top ice cream cone would be perfect because that has a nice smooth edge right there. Maybe this cone would be more difficult to find the lateral area of because you got a very strange looking edge, right? You got some of these nice cones, and you could keep on going. Obviously, ice cream cones are maybe your most important ones, but, you know, you might find something else. Maybe you can think of a different type of cone that could suffice. So let's talk about the area formula for that one. So let's scroll down. I have it nicely written for you. Again, okay, my cone, I'm going to draw a picture of him right here. Okay, when I talk about the L, yet again, I want to talk about slant height. So my L is from that vertex down, that perpendicular line. So again, this is my slant height. I don't want my actual H, which my actual H is that inside, right? I don't want the actual H. I just want that slant height. And then, as you kind of talked about before, that R is just your radius, right? And that's the radius of my cone. I'm usually just going to let you keep pi. You don't need to multiply. Multiply 3.14. Just keep pi in your answer. Keep it exact, okay? And then again, we've talked about this many times, that surface area, you're going to find your lateral area plus the area of your base. Because you need to know what that base is. Now, all of these bases, right, are going to be circles. So you probably should know the area of a circle. Okay, so if you want the area of a circle equals, and hopefully you remember this, pi r squared. So that's going to be a helpful formula as you find the area of your circle. 2 pi r, some of you would have said 2 pi r, that's your circumference. So just be careful with those two, okay? Oops, sorry. So go ahead and make sure that you have all 4 quadrants of this pyramids and cones done. So lateral area, surface area for both, okay? Draw whatever pictures are going to be helpful for you. And let's go down and we're going to finish this last problem, which is number 5, where I have given you the radius and the slant height. And I want you to go ahead and find the lateral area. 1, lateral area. And then 2, I want you to find the surface area for this beautiful cone. So find your lateral area and your surface area. Okay, when you're done with that, you're going to take your picture and go ahead and put your notes onto Canvas. Then you're going to be working on Math Excel for the rest of this week. I hope this is helpful. We have another Zoom session again today if you are struggling with finding lateral area and surface area, so let me know, and hopefully we can work that out. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.